Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
We have been building and managing online businesses for several years, including a portfolio of YouTube channels and an education company. Now, this particular channel has been in our possession for almost 4 years. And what I like most about it is the simplicity of its model. And that comes from the channel being primarily search-based rather than relying on browse traffic, which just makes it a lot more predictable, in my opinion. Most of the production is also standardized. So we use a proven thumbnail template. And then our host, who is a contractor, handles the video creation by researching topics and then recording directly without the need for a scriptwriter. Our editing is also managed by another contractor, so the process is very streamlined. On average, each video costs about $45 to produce, and I rarely need to quality check the output because it has been very consistent. My main responsibility as the owner is keyword and topic research. And once good topics are identified, the rest of the production runs smoothly because the team takes care of it.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
I'm selling this channel because I want to free up time, bandwidth, and capital for other projects that I'm now prioritizing. When I first started, my goal was to grow a larger portfolio of channels, and over time, my focus has shifted toward other ventures, and I would rather dedicate my attention there than splitting it too thin across multiple different projects. But the channel itself has strong systems in place and a steady performance, so I believe it just makes sense to transfer the ownership to someone else who can continue building on that momentum.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
Okay, the content creation process is very streamlined in my opinion, so my involvement there is minimal. My main responsibility comes from topic research, which I usually handle using tools like vidIQ. I look for keywords that have strong search volume but lower competition, and then I pick topics that I think can perform well in YouTube search, and that typically takes me a few hours per week. Once the topics are selected, our host, who, as I mentioned before, is a contractor, researches the subject and then records the video by showing his screen and explaining the content and also filming his face. So there is no need for a scriptwriter there. Our host takes care of the recording. After that, the editor, also a contractor, takes care of polishing the video, making cuts, and getting it ready for uploading. The thumbnails are quick to produce because we use a standardized proven template. And after the video is edited and the thumbnail is done, I simply upload it on YouTube.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
So if I were to keep the business, the main area that I would focus on is certainly topic research because that's where the channel growth really comes from. So the more search-driven topics I can identify that rank up well in YouTube search, the more views we are going to generate over time. And then another area of focus would be brand deals. We are consistently getting inbound interest from advertisers, and managing those relationships has been important as a revenue stream over the past year. I think with more effort put into nurturing those relationships and expanding on that side, there's more potential in there. And finally, this is something that I have not pursued myself, but I believe there could be additional monetization opportunities for a new owner who wants to, for example, create a digital product to sell to the audience. I think that possibility still exists.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
Like any YouTube business, the main risk is that the platform itself can change over time, and that is not something that we can control. But that said, because the channel is built primarily on search traffic, it has been very consistent over the past 4 years since we've owned it. And then the other risk is tied to content performance itself, because that depends on choosing strong topics. So if a new owner doesn't continue that process and isn't diligent about it, the channel's growth could slow down. But the systems that we have in place for creating content and also finding topics are very repeatable, in my opinion. And overall, I would say these are risks that are typical to YouTube as a platform and any YouTube channel. And the fact that our channel focuses on search traffic is a huge advantage in terms of risk management.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
I'm happy to provide 30 to 60 days of email and phone support to make sure the transition goes smoothly. During that time, I'll be available for strategy discussions and I can help with choosing video topics for the first month or two. I'll also transfer over any active brand deal conversations we have and also share the full list of contacts that we've worked with in the past. And on top of that, I will provide the thumbnail template that we use and SOP for the team management and topic research. I'm also happy to give access to our Trello project dashboard where we manage the video production, so the new owner can just continue using the same organized system that we already have in place.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earnout agreement?
I would prefer an upfront payment, and the main reason is that I'm looking to close this loop and free up both time and capital for other projects that I'm now prioritizing in my business. That said, I am committed to supporting the new owner during the transition with 30 to 60 days of guidance and strategy so they feel confident in taking over. And while I would prioritize buyers who can offer an upfront payment, I'm obviously always open to discussing options to find the right fit.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
I think this is a business worth buying because it has a proven track record of consistent performance over several years. The fact that it's primarily search-based makes it more stable and predictable than a channel that depends on browse traffic. It's also straightforward to operate because of that, as your main responsibility as the owner is topic research, which doesn't take much time, while the rest of the process is handled well through contractors and clear systems. Beyond that, there is still untapped potential for brand deals. These are already coming to us inbound, but could be further developed. And then there is the possibility to introduce digital products or other ways of further monetizing the existing audience. And when you put all of these together, the consistent ad revenue, the simple operational model, the strong inbound brand opportunities, and then the room for additional monetization, it makes it a business worth buying.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.